Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to continue with the individual readings for BTS members. Today it's Hobby's turn, J-Hope. So let's see what the tarot has to say for him. He got the cards of the Queen of Wands, Five of Cups, the Hermit, Four of Wands, Nine of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Queen of Swords, the World, and the Eight of Pentacles. So, yes, I see, because I was paying attention that there are like two queens present in the reading, and even though they could represent people in his life, female figures, I have the feeling that actually it is speaking to me and is telling me something about his nature lately, that actually I think that this is part of his feminine side, in the sense that I think that he is more connected with his feminine nature. Probably he's feeling a bit more sensitive, like a bit more intuitive, a bit more like feeling really touched by emotions. And I think that maybe for him it's a moment that it feels like everything it's like somehow affecting him in an emotional way, but at the same time these aspects are showing him that actually he does need to acknowledge this very emotional nature of his. I think he is someone that he's very hardworking. He always sets his mind on a goal, and he never stops until he makes it and until he completes a task. He's someone that is very committed to whatever he does. But at the same time, he does have some emotional side of himself that he also should pay in attention. So maybe if he's feeling a bit too emotional, it's because he's coming to a moment in his life where emotions cannot be helped for I don't know the reasons, but it's like he's feeling emotional because there are things happening that are somehow triggering these feelings. And I think that when I think about Hobby, I remember his birth chart, and he's an Aquarius sun with a moon in Taurus, and I think that I've always was able to pick this moon in Taurus energy in him, especially when it comes to his profession and the way he performs and the way he takes care of others, the way he makes sure everything is okay, and also the consistency that he has whenever he is doing something. And what I love about his energy is that it's very well contained. It's not all over the place, it's not like, because for example, if we think about Aquarius energy, the element of air, yes, it's all about change and it's all about evolution, but at the same time it is a bit like detached in some aspects, a bit cold. And I think that for Hobby, sometimes he does have these gestures that lets you know that he is someone that is very warm inside, that he really cares for his people, and that he's always like this silent character that is always in the background, not doing anything. Because I know he has his funny side, but I'm talking about his interactions where the camera is not on him, and you can totally see him like him blending in with others, but at the same time being very observant of what's going on. So I think that this is why I sometimes he gives me these very motherly vibes, because he's not someone that he's going to tell you like straightforward, like what he wants you to do. He's not going to boss you around. He's not going to be authoritarian with you, but at the same time, he's a figure of power in the group, because it's like everyone looks at him for validation somehow. It's like he does have this kind of authority where with just one look the other members can tell whether they did right or they mess up. So he is a bit like a mother figure. And at the same time, I think he does take this role very very serious. I believe he does. And sometimes that can be a bit lonely, that can be a bit lonely when you are always the one that is making sure that everyone their needs are met, and that you are looking out for them. And sometimes you don't need other people to ask you if you're okay. Maybe he's needing this. And then he also has like a Mercury in Pisces, and a Venus in Pisces, and sometimes I think that this energy, sometimes I think that he's even more Pisces, more Piscean than Jungi, actually. Because he's really sweet. When he wants to, he's really sweet. He's very you can see that he holds himself back from not being too emotional, but he is sensitive. He is sensitive, and he's very loving and affectionate. And he's it's like he could be more emotional, but I think that sometimes he just like holds himself back. He's like not now, or not in front of the cameras. So I think that these queen images here are talking to me about this nature, because here the first row is the Queen of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Hermit, and the Four of Wands. So even though we are starting very passionate, because the Queen of Wands, it's all about this very strong feminine figure, but it's very strong. But next to this, we have the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups, sometimes it represents things that you lost in the way, and somehow you are like still holding on to those memories. You are still thinking about the opportunities that you missed, or probably things in the past that it didn't work out for you. And somehow there's a bit of nostalgia. There's a nostalgic feeling in this. And then with the Hermit, yes, I think that definitely if he's nostalgic about something, or he's like very reminiscent of the past, I think that he definitely is not. He's not letting other people know that he's going through this. I think that this is a very internal, and this is a very private moment for him. I think he is going into himself, into his own world, inner world. I think that he is looking for some kind of answer by retreating himself, by going inwards. I think that he definitely is thinking about a lot of past decisions, a lot of things, a lot of losses also, a lot of things that he lost. And even though here we have the Four of Wands, that the Four of Wands also, it's a very joyful energy, because it talks about this very energetic and active energy where you come together with others to celebrate. I think that yes, he does come out to celebrate every once in a while, but there's a part of him that actually it's a bit like not satisfied 100%. It's like he knows what he has to do, because he is very professional, And he's not also, this is a period, it's not that he's always going to be like this, but he's going through this period of soul searching, like trying to analyze and do some inner work about his life and his choices. um, Probably there's also a bit of disappointment when it comes to relationships, personal relationships or romantic relationships. Probably he's someone that somehow he does struggle with making a connection with a female. It's like he has it's like he cannot communicate very well what his intentions are. So I think that he always ends up in this friend zone kind of vibe, and he is very embarrassed to admit it. And at the same time, he's also very proud, very prideful, because he had been hurt before. So there's a bit like of him like being a bit like trying to be like, okay, I don't care, but actually he is hurt because he does feel lonely. I think that a lot of things that I'm catching on this new update reading for BTS members is that some of them do feel very lonely. And it's not that they don't have the companion of others. Actually, I see them like, even when I think about that, the economical side and wellness and stability, they have it all. But there's also a void that it just I cannot like ignore it, that it's here, it's here. And at the same time, it's not depression, so don't worry. It's not that your idols are depressed or that they are unhappy. It's just that they are individually going through, some of them, going through these periods where they wonder a lot of things, or probably they compare their circumstances or the way they are living, they compare it with other people that they know. So they are like, okay, am I living my life right? Am I achieving my goals? Like, of course that they are very proud of everything that they had accomplished because they are very successful. But at the same time, they wonder what it would be like to have a different kind of circumstances, and if the decisions that they had made in the sacrifice that they had made in the past, that if they were worth it actually. And then with the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups, definitely he is very lucky, and there's a lot of stability and prosperity in his way, and a lot of wishes coming through for him that has to do with financial stability. There's going to be a lot of success for them coming their way. There's going to be a lot of they're going to win a lot of awards this year. They're going to receive a lot of love and acceptance, and a wish coming true is going to happen for them. This card also came for Jungi, the Nine of Wands, that is a wish come true. So probably this has to do with the Grammys or with some other recognition that is important. And I think that he will feel really loved. I think that these moments of him actually having a lot of doubts and a lot of like an existential kind of crisis, he's going to feel very well when he achieves all these goals and when he is recognized with these awards. I think he's going to reflect a lot, and he's going to connect with the fans' love. I think that somehow he is very realistic in the sense that, I don't know, probably relationships are very tricky for him, or somehow are like very, they're not impossible, but it's just that it's not easy for him. But somehow he does find strength, and he does find inspiration in the love he gets from the fans. So he is intuitive enough to be like, okay, I'm getting love in my life. Nevertheless, it's not from like a significant other, but I do have people that love me. So I think he will feel very good about himself in this way. And then, yes, with the Queen of Wands and the World, definitely yes. And a new female, a female could come in his life in the future, and this time she's going to. I don't think this female is someone new. I think it's someone that he knows, but that he never saw her that way, and that she's going to come to actually whether close a circle with him or end a cycle for him in when it comes to emotions. So probably he will be able to make a connection with her. It's like probably if he feels unlucky when it comes to relationships, he will meet someone that is going to to let him know that actually sometimes when you are stuck in this kind of emotional issues, sometimes you just have to be patient with yourself and compassionate with yourself and let love find you. And of course, that we need to take into consideration that for them, dating is very and will always be a bit traumatic. So, not only because of the power and influence that they have, but also because our relationships are complex and relationships take a lot of effort and a lot of energy out of you. And at the same time, when you are that busy as they are, it's even more complex. So, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So definitely the Eight of Pentacles. It's a card that talks about patience. So if he does find in the future, I don't think this female is going to. Probably she's going to appear by the end of the year or the beginning of the next one. So I see him that he needs to take things down. He needs to slow down with this person. In a sense that if he wants to impress this person, he needs to work patiently. And this, he needs to use his moon in Taurus to work patiently with this relationship, to not overwhelm her with attention or with gifts or with because I think that he's very romantic, and sometimes when he does like someone, he cannot help but being obvious, and actually it's very awkward for the other person. Because I don't know why, but it's just that he's very emotional. Sometimes the people that he's attracted to are a bit detached and are a bit cold nature. They are not as emotional as he is, or probably they are more private people or kind of distrustful nature. So, and also I think that it has to do with the fact that they are so popular that sometimes, even though maybe the fans would be like, oh yes, I would date him, probably for someone that is really into this connection and that has this opportunity would be like this is too much for me, or maybe I don't know if I want to get into this. Thankfully, it's not someone. I think that the fact that it's not someone that is going to be like too willingly to be in a relationship with him. I think that it's very good because it gives him time to observe the situation from a very cold and rational place, and not just to get all full in love and actually ignore the red flags, because he definitely needs to take care of his heart, take care of his stability, take care of everything that he had built, because he had worked really hard. They all have. But I think that he definitely needs someone. He needs a companion. He needs someone that can speak the same language. And I think he will definitely get it. I think I have the feeling that he will get it definitely. But it's going to take a while and he shouldn't worry. But it's okay that he is going through these moments of self awareness, because they're not robots. They have feelings and they go through moments of hesitation and moments where they doubt themselves. I think sometimes fans, it's like they when we think and when we say they are human, you really need to understand why you are saying when you say they are human, because I think that they are they have the same flaws as we do, and they have the same they go through the same uncertainties as we do, despite of them having all these achievements. So sometimes it's okay that they do. Sometimes I do see these things in these readings, and I always want to elaborate very well what I'm going to say and how I'm going to rephrase it, because sometimes people get so worried. People are like, oh my God, are they going to disband? Oh my God, who hurt him? And it's like, stop. Like, you need to see the profoundness in these people. And the fact that probably you do see the signs or you do not see the signs, or you probably think that you know it all about them, is a perception. They definitely go through their moments of uncertainties, and sometimes they are not that confident as you think they are. This is why sometimes when people ask me to do these readings for them, the future spouses readings, and you're like, it's like, I don't do those things. I don't read for these quote unquote future spouses, because I don't know if they will ever get married. And I just wish for them to have a normal relationship, and I think that probably the safer way for them to have it is to have it privately. So I don't want to expose any kind of romantic possibility of their future love life, because I'm waiting for them to actually reveal it or share it with the fans, but not me being like, oh yes, she's going to be like this and she's going to be like that, because that's too personal. I think that the only thing we can do is wish them the best, and that they can find someone that truly loves them and understands them for who they are and appreciates them, really. So guys, this is all I have for hobby today, so I will see you guys in the next video. So please give it a like if you enjoyed it, and give me your feedback if you are a fan of hobby, and if you want to give me like your perception, and also if you want to leave me some recommendations for future readings. Like, I always read your comments. So thank you so much for being here. Bye.